G'day everyone, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. I'm just I was making a bag this morning and I'm making two at the same time. Posted it to, who was it? Shell, Angie and Ashley, and they're like, and I'm like, should I stream making the second one? And they're like, oh yeah, why not? Because I knew Emily wasn't streaming tonight, so that's what I'm doing. Hello, Angie, Evelyn, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Evelyn. Happy birthday to you. Sorry for that song. I'm no Marilyn Monroe. So I just thought I would wish you happy birthday from the future. So Rosalind, work away. Yes, you've got to do stuff. And Marilyn, hello. So this is the bag that I made. In the description is the link to the original inspiration for it. But of course, I've modified it and changed it because I'm like, wanted to do it my way. Do it my way. So I've done that. I'm like, is it too... yeah, that should work. Okay. Hey, Atlanta, how's it going? Yeah, it's not colouring, but I just figured, why not? I'll show you what I've been doing. So I don't like, yeah, go get a piece of birthday pie because it is technically your birthday. It is your birthday somewhere in the world. It's Evelyn's birthday, so.
Happy birthday, Evelyn.
There you go. Emily says, happy birthday. Hey, Jamie.
I don't know you that well, but you're pretty awesome.
See? She's pretty awesome. Yeah. So I've made this like hobo designer bag style. So it's kind of, it's a gift bag. But yeah, so what I was doing is I look like, I watch things and then I go, well, I don't want to waste paper because it's pretty paper. And I sit there and think, how can I maximize the use of my paper so that I'm using it all and kind of, make it up on my own. So it also has a little pocket down here because I want to maximize the use of my paper. So there's a little pocket down here that will, oh, really? I wasn't saying much. I sung, you don't watch the ads, Angie, skip them. Hold on, I just got to get it in there. All right, I haven't put one in there yet. So it holds a gift card. So I've designed it to hold that. So if that makes sense. So that's, you're crazy. So that is what it's going to be. So I've just made it to do that. Oh, I had no option to skip them. Oh, rude. Oh, they're the short ones, so that's okay. All right. So that paper that I used, if anyone is interested in that paper, comes from this paper pad, the pen and ink paper pad. So it's all kind of like vintagey kind of colors. But the one I'm going to use today comes from this paper pad, which says is Nature's Habitat. So I've worked out a way to make two bags and kind of minimize wastage. So to give you an idea, this was the scraps from the last bag. Now I'm pretty happy with that. That'll all go in the bin because it's just legit scraps. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So
head out a bit earlier.
Okay, all right, Bill. Have fun.
Yeah.
Bye. Have a good day.
Hi, people.
So what bear with me because I've never done a paper tutorial thingy, so you'll have to bear with me. Hey, Aspie. And so I'll probably fluff around a little bit because I'm like nervous because this isn't my area of expertise. So I've got things going everywhere. All right. So what you will need is 2 pieces of 12 by 12 of 2 different types. So to make 2 handbags. Okay. So these are the 2 12 by 12s I'm going to use for this one. And you will need, so that you've not gotten any scraps, you'll need 2 pieces of, no, I've lost the thingy that tells you what it is. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, I don't know where it's gone. But 12 by 12 craft card. So this is craft cardstock. So that as well. So they're the things that we need. Well, let's see if I can do this without messing up too badly. Okay, 12 by 12s are easy. We're going to leave them as 12 by 12s for now. Put them away for it. Actually, no, we'll do this first. Okay. Getting stuff out because I put everything away as I use it, and then I'm like, oh, I've got to get it out. So I need to come up a little bit higher, I think. Hold on. And zoom out. There we go. That might be a little bit better. I don't know. Is that a bit better? Okay. Except for my camera's crooked and it's going to drive me insane. All right. Now it's straight. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. All right. So 12-inch one. This is directional. So I'm going to work because I want this going up. So on the having it so that the pattern's going up the scoreboard. I am going to score this one at 3.5. Am I? Yeah. Sorry, thinking to myself. I had to look at my other one. So 3.5. So this is the front of the bag. All right. That's it. I'm going to put that away. I might just fold it. So it's done. All right. Yeah, wish Evelyn a happy birthday for the future. On the piece, it's going to be the back. I'm going to go 3.5 again. And 5.25 because this is going to allow the bag to fold flat. So, and the less room it takes up, the better. Yes, it's good to see it back. Yes, lovely. So this one I'm going to fold under, and this one I'm going to mountain fold, and then this one is going to be a valley fold. All right. There we go. Okay. Now, from a sheet of 12 by 12, okay, there's 2 different things that you would do. You're going to need 4 strips. So this is making 2 bags. You'll need 4 strips that are 4 inches wide. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then you'd get your second sheet out, 4. And so you'd have 4 pieces at 4 inches wide. And then you're going to need 4 pieces that are, how wide did I make them? Hold on, I'm looking. 1 3/4. So 4 pieces that are 1 3/4 wide, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll be left with a 1-inch strip. Okay, so you will end up with 4 pieces. These are a bit scriptural, but I'll explain that in a sec. You'll end up with 4 pieces that are 12 inches by 1 3/4. And then you'll end up with a piece that is 12 inches by 1 inch. And what you're going to do with that 12-inch one is you're going to cut it up into 4 3-inch pieces. So 2 for one bag, 2 for another. Okay, is that working? I hope I'm clear enough. Okay. Alrighty. So we'll get this one. No, I'll come back to them. All right. What we're going to do with the 4-inch wide panel is we're going to score at 1/4 of an inch. And because this craft is actually quite thick, I'm just scoring it a few times. And then I like to turn it over if I'm doing a thin strip like this and do another 1/4 of an inch. Okay. So that's it on that one. Then we're going to come back to here and we're going to do 3.5 and 5 1/4 again. So obviously you do these on 2 pieces, well, all of the pieces, but 2 for this bag. And then back up to vertical position, and then you're going to come down the 2-inch score line all the way to that first score line there. So it will look like that. So you've got your 2 little side pieces, 2 large rectangles down the bottom, a long rectangle here that's divided in the middle. Okay. Put that away. Scoreboard. You can go away for now. Okay. Then what you need to do is this you got to do by hand. You could use a butter knife if you don't have a scoring tool. But you're going to come on and yeah, that works. You got this point here, which was where that 2-inch line come down to, onto the 5 1/4 line here. So you're going to go from that point down to the point here in from the tabs. Okay, so it's this little inner rectangle here. You're just going to score that up and then score that up. So this is just a nail dotting tool. They're so much cheaper if you ever look on eBay for nail dotting tools. And they make nice dots with paint. All right, so that's the scoring there. So now we're going to, these ones we're going to fold under. And then this one we're going to fold under as well. So these are our glue tabs. This one under. So that's our big bottom rectangle square thing. I think it's a square, whatever, one of those things. Under. 4-sided straight shape. This one here, we're going to bring this in as a valley until it gets to where we've got the score lines coming out. And then if you pick it up, I found this is the easiest way to do it. If you pick it up and you bend it in, it will burnish along those score lines. So, like that. So that's kind of what we're aiming for, and that's going to make kind of the gusset of your bag. All right. These ones here, shouldn't have put my scoreboard away. One, leave normal. The other one, we're just going to score at 1/2 an inch on one side, 1/2 an inch on the other side. So they're the 2 there that we're doing. All right. I think I'm done with the scoreboard. Probably not. I'll have to pull it out again. Hey, Megan, how's it going? All right, and then just fold them under. Okay. Now we get to the No, we'll come back to them. Let's just get this all linked up. Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm not, this is not my area of expertise. Okay, so I've got just a dark brown ink pad. Mine is Kaiser Chocolate, vintage photo from, what's that fancy one called? Distressed Inks, something like that. Just a dark brown ink. You don't need it, but all I'm going to basically do is kind of distress this and make it look like worn leather. So I'm just going along the edges. It just makes it look cool. And then where I've got score lines, I'll run across them. Because these would be where the leather would naturally wear. And then I'm just kind of putting it randomly on different parts of the craft stock. So looking like that. Don't need to worry about this bottom thing because it's going to get covered. Oh, thanks, Evelyn. Okay. That's very kind of you. Oh, wait up. I needed to do something else. See, this is what I get for not thinking. Okay. Before we go in with the ink, because you've got to do some more cutting, is you're going to go down 1.5 inches here. Okay, just make a little mark. And you're going to draw a triangle up to the corner points there, like that. Okay, so 1.5 inches down. And then we're going to cut them out. It's all right. Doesn't matter that you've distressed them because we're going to use this piece of paper. We're not wasting it. So we're going to use it. So nice. Nice. Hope it wasn't too hot. It's a stinker here today. Why is my battery running low? Hold on. Oh, it's plugged in now. It had come unplugged. Storm knocked down my laptop before and obviously unplugged it. Sorry, slow eating pie. Birthday pie. Sounds good. All right. Keep those 2 triangles. We'll come back to them later. All right, let's try again with this inking. Just had Macca's. Nice. You hear Macca's getting rid of their all-day breakfast menu? Rude as. I love a sausage and egg McMuffin at any time. I think I used to eat them more at night time than I did in breakfast because I'm not really a breakfast person. Rude. That's all I have to say. Oh, caramel crumble apple pie. That sounds great. There we go. A little bit distressed up. We will distress up all of the pieces while we're here. It saves me doing it later. All right, so there's those ones. Now, before I get in and ink these, I'll explain. These are going to become our faux wood handles. But for us to be able to do that, we need to soften the craft paper because this is really hard. Okay, it's like 250 GSM. It's really thick. So the easiest way, you could sit there and manipulate it and all of that. I just was lazy and I just scrunched it together a few times. So just scrunch it together, then scrunch it a different way. That kind of thing. You basically want to break all of the paper fibers in here. Okay? And it will add to the effect as well. So, all right. So once we've done that and we've scrumpled them all together, we'll just come along and do the same thing. We're going to distress these. Hey, Terralyn. How's it going? Hey, Mona. Mona. So this won't be a long stream, hopefully. Hopefully it won't take me too long to make a bag. I don't know how long. I don't know. I'm not good at this, so... Hey, Alex. How's it going? Everyone's gone and had a pee after Tonya. And they're coming on in. I was like, yeah, because when I saw Emily wasn't streaming, I thought, well, I might as well. I'm just sitting here on a weekend, not doing much. Emily's just gone to work. And then, what's her face? Georgia. That's the other child, isn't it? She's about to have a friend come over to stay the night. So I'm like, yes. I know I could handle the scrunching. Yeah, the scrunching step's the best part. I may have sat here quite a few times with the scrunching part. But I've also tried to do this so you don't need anything fancy. I'm trying to think of ways that it can just be done without anything fancy. Because like I said, I've got my friend and she doesn't have all fancy stuff, and I'm like, well, we'll do that. So we're going to work on these handles because I want them to dry while we make the rest of the bag. No, I'm not going for 2.45 hours. No, thanks. Now, you don't need this, but I decided I wanted it because I wanted to add a little bit of extra strength. These end up quite strong once the glue dries anyway, but I just I want a little bit of, safety net. These are legit just shish kebab skewers. I went to the pantry, to my kitchen and went, and pulled them out. So that's all it is. And we're going to do some rolling. Look at nice. All right. So I've got, for this one, I'm just going to use like a tacky glue. Okay, just a tacky craft glue of some sort. Because it'll dry clear, because this is going to get messy. I'm going to end up with glue all over my fingers. Hence why my manicures have been looking dodgy lately. So I'm just going to start off with some glue along here. Okay, because this is going to ooze. We're going to ooze with the glue. And we're going to start pinching. And because we've softened up this card, it's easier to roll. Okay. I'm going to add some more glue. more glue you add, the softer it'll get while it's wet, and then the harder it'll dry when it dries. So. You're going to be folding mini books, so you'll have all the folding paper down pat. Woohoo! I love those mini books. They're so cute. All right. So we're getting towards the other side now. I'm going to turn it over. I'm just going to flatten it out. We can roll it back into a circle once it dries, but at the moment we want to make sure this side tacks down. So like I said, lots of glue, good glue. I like folding paper. I like origami and all of that kind of stuff. It's fun. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to put that aside to dry, that one, and then we'll do the other ones. 1/28 size. Oh gosh. Have you seen the size of my hands? I don't know how I do. Yeah. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you've gotten into it. Sometimes you just need a break. You've been so focused on colouring. It's nice that you've had a bit of a break and doing something else. I got to say that because I've been playing paper instead of colouring. Now I've got Mona in my head. Oh, nice. Kind of weird that the simple house took you a year to do, but you're going to do a castle, which would have taken years in the olden days to build, in a weekend. It's funny. You're still here, Mona. Oh, good. Good. I'm still singing to you. Still in my head. All right. That's majority tacked. Now we just got to let it dry. I'm going to put that off to the side to dry. The house is more complicated. Ah, nice. What does PR stand for? Where PR? What? I'm confused. Okay, watercolors. Right. Okay, don't ask me that kind of stuff. I got no idea. Aspie or Angie will be able to tell you that kind of stuff. All right. Okay. Let's get to these the bag bits. Okay. So what we're going to do is pick a paper, any paper, turn it over. And then you're going to get yourself the biggest plate you've got. That's all right. So this is a cake plate that I found. This is mainly because I'm going 12 by 12. You can shorten this, if you've only got 8.5 by 11, or A4 paper, you can shorten it and things like that. But basically, you want a plate where you can do a circle template, because my circle cover isn't that big, and I was too lazy to go downstairs and get a protractor out of like my school kit. So, anyway, I've got glue all on my hands. No surprise. Going to come in and mark an inch from each side. Okay, so just put a pencil line there, and over here an inch. And then you're going to get your plate. My plate is, just for knowledge, is 11 inches in diameter. Okay? All right. And I'm just going to move the plate down until the two sides run along so the circumference runs along where those inch lines are. There we go. So now that I've done that, dropping things. Okay, I'm going to draw around it. Woo! There we go. Got myself a curved edge. Now I'm going to come in and cut it. What's she avoiding? Oh, pigment red, pink. Okay, gotcha. I had to think for a second. I'm thinking, what's Aspie avoiding? There's only one thing she avoids. It's a tint of red. No worries. Not really here? Okay. You should be in bed anyway, woman. Okay. So we cut out one semicircle. Don't throw this away. We're going to use it. Told you. I'm all about using what you got. Use it all up. All right. Then, because I don't want to go through all that again, just lay one on top of the other. Line him up. And yeah, Aspie's not fond of red tints, no. Lucky for Aspie, I was thinking about one of the paper pads I got is all full of red tints, and I was contemplating using one of those papers. All right, and then cut this one out. Should I get out my bigger scissors? Yes. Am I going to? No. Dunskies. All right. So we've got that there. Okay, let's think about starting to put our bag together. All right. We're going to pick the back. No. We're going to pick the front. I had to think for a second there. Your front piece, that's the one without the second score line. No. Yes, front. I have to think to myself. Okay. Then we're going to bring these guys in. What we need to do is cut out this little tab section down the bottom. So we're going to come up here. Up to this point, and then just corner it in. Don't get rid of these pieces. We're going to use them too. Okay, and then we're just going to take a little wedge out of the sides of these, just so it's easier when we're constructing things, so I don't have so much in the edges. Guess what? You can throw these bits away. All right. Okay. All right. So now we're going to glue these down onto our base. Now I'm going to use an acetone, a solvent-based glue here. I prefer using this with papers because there's no water in it, so it doesn't actually buckle the paper. But it smells, so if you're sensitive to smells, you know, it's acetone based, so you can imagine what it smells like. And yeah, but I prefer it, and it's really strong, like strong glue is what I'm getting at. So it's actually a really good glue to use. But you can use any glue. I just prefer it because I like its finish better and the strength it adds. So I'm going to put that in, and basically what we're trying to do is get that score line right up against the edge of our pattern paper, like that. Okay. All right. Atlanta, did you just say you don't like red? Oh my gosh. Having a moment. Okay. Okay. Breathe, Tammy. Now I know how ASCII feels. When people say, okay. If you didn't get that, Elena, red's my favorite color. So lining that up and get that down. Now I like red. Slightly on the blue side. I like more of a blue-based red than a orange-based red. Okay. Then we're going to come in with the back piece. We're going to put this down on top. Okay. Where'd my glue lid go there? Right. With that glue, yeah, put the lid back on it whenever you can, because he smells. Okay. Oh, I love burgundy. Yeah, wine red, blood red, love all of them. I just love red. Red, 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 red. Red, red. Aspie, you're hilarious. All right. Okay. So we've got that. While that's drying, I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to run, this is red tape. I'm mainly using this because it's thin and it's strong as boogere. You can use double-sided tape, you can use glue, okay? But I'm just going to run this as close as I can. Running just as fast as I can. Oh my God. Down the sides of the bag. I want to make big bag. I like big bags and can I lie? Okay. Want to make big bag. Want a big bag. You do have paper. Well, there you go. You can do this. And obviously these side pieces don't have to be craft paper. They can be any cardstock you've got, like any. I'm just using it for that kind of hobo kind of look to the bag. Okay. So they are on there. Okay. Make sure it's well adhesed because this tape is a bugger to peel back at the best of times. And I'm quite dexterously challenged. I made the twigs. I made it out of paper shell. It's paper. I rolled up paper. I didn't go out and get twigs. That would require me going outside. Okay. Now, I'm with this red tape. It's actually really hard to get the thingy jiggy off. So I'm going to use my Fandy Dangy tartar remover because I like it. It's either from my ex-husband's dental kit or my dissection kit, but it's a great tool. But you can buy pick tools. Like you can buy like craft pick tools, but I like the hook on this. I feel like a mini version of Captain Hook. If you've got any tape that hangs over the edge, just fold it back. No, so the red tape, sorry, Aspie, is called red tape for a reason. Sorry. It's called high bondage tape, I think. But yeah, it's just red. I don't know if it comes another color. Alrighty, deal with it. Okay, then you're going to carefully start lining up the sides of your bag down the edge. You have to be careful because this red tape, she sticks strong. So running that down. Trying to do this on camera is like awkward as. At least you can't see my face with my mouth open and my tongue half hanging out. Trying to get these seams right. Okay, don't worry if it doesn't, there's a little bit overhanging up here. We can get rid of that. Okay. So once you've done that, just get your ruler or something and come in and trying to show you. Oh, I need a bigger desk. I just need bigger everything. All right. Bring a metal ruler that's actually got some strength. Just burnishing that glue down so that it adheres well. All right. Okay. Yeah, whether I can't, yeah, tongue hanging out. You're right. If I'm not talking, that's what's happening. The tongue is kind of there, hanging out. I actually find with this red tape, it's easier to lift it from the middle than the ends. So if you're wondering why I'm coming in from the middle to release it, it's just, I have found in the use of it that is an easier option. For me anyway. Probably because I'm useless. So yeah, no, that's what tongues are for. Absolutely. They help keep me like knowing what I'm doing. Okay. All right. I'm just going to come in and run my ruler along these so that they're well stuck down. Okay. All right. Now, if you've got any little bits overhanging up on the edge here, just get your scissors and snip it. No one's going to notice. You can throw these little bits away too. We won't keep those little bits of scrap. I think that's acceptable to throw away. Nobody Google high bondage tape. No. Hold on. I'll get a packet out that's in the packet. So you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe. Maybe not. I reorganized everything the other day. Now I can't remember where I put things, you know. Oh, there it is. This one says extra sticky tape. But yeah. So that's kind of it. All right. Yeah, no worries, Shell. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to kind of maneuver the bag into all of those scores that we've made. So starting to pinch it down the side. All right, I'm going to have to close the door because the girls are laughing. How rude that they laugh while I'm streaming. So just getting it into that fold down shape. Yep, sleep well, darling. All right. That's going to be rude because I've got the aircon in the lounge room going. And that means that it's going to get hot in my room. Ugh. All right. I need aircon in my room. But, you know, I buy papers and stuff instead of buying things like air conditioners. Anyway. All right. So we've kind of manipulated that. She's all good. So the majority of our bag is ready to go. She's in construction. Okay, so now we're going to come back and start looking at how we can utilize our scraps. So we're going to take one of these, that's one of our semicircles that we cut, and we're going to make it 1.5. We're just going to cut a 1.5 inch wide strip. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to chop off this little triangle bit. You can get rid of this little triangle bit. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this to 3 inches. All right, so we need that. Okay, so that's 1.5 inches by 3 inches. And this is just going to go to widen up our tab and look pretty. Okay. Well, it could go on a cap. Like I keep most of my scraps, but no, you can keep it if you want to. I'm trying to just make a point here. Don't ruin my point. Okay. Then we're going to cut this into a 1 inch wide. Piece. I know, another bit. I'm not going to use it. All right, and then cut this into, just make it. We should be right with 2.5 will do. 2.5 long. Okay, because then I can get 2 out of that. 2.5. 2.5. Okay. This one, I need another 1 inch strip. I could go on a card. Angie, I keep most of my scraps. Don't worry about it. Like, I will actually legit keep that. Like that, I will keep. All right, and then we need, so basically all up, we need 4 pieces of 2.5 by 1. Okay, so we got that. All right. Now, we're not wasting stuff. I'm going to use this too. Okay, we're going to make a pocket out of this to fit a gift card. So I'm going to, it works with the style of the cutout of the bag. So I'm going to make like a double stitched kind of pocket look. Okay, so basically I'm going to layer this smaller piece of semicircle onto this piece of semicircle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I keep the long thin strips. I'm just not going to keep a little triangle corner piece. Gosh, woman. Yeah. I worked hard to work out the mass to at least minimize the wastage. You've got to be impressed with that. Because there's only so much my scrap folder can hold. All right, Alex, go feed yourself. Triangles are so pretty. Well, I'll keep the triangles for you, Aspie. I'll bring them all down. All right. Okay. so we've got that. Now, then you just get like a card, and I think I ended up making it. What did I make it? Yeah, well, let's go. How long is this piece? I made it as long as this piece is that I can utilize. So this one, I should be able to utilize 4 inches. So let's make it 4 inches long, wide, whatever word you want to use. So I'm going to come in just so it's easier when I'm cutting. I can figure it out. So I'm going to go, hold on, put this here. So let's go. And I'm just kind of basically picking a spot, and then I'll go 4 inches from that. So it's easier for me. And then I'll have to bring that back out in a sec. Where you keep all the scraps? I've got, Angie, do you not know me? Okay. So I have my scraps organized. I got my black scraps, got my white scraps. Then I have folders that are organized into gold foil scraps, certain packet scraps, long strip scraps. And then I've got other folders which are linked to specific books of papers, and they're all filed as such too. Okay, just saying. Yeah, I will. I'll send her all the scraps down. And then just cut yourself off about a 1/2 inch tab. Okay. Look, bigger triangle bits. Anyway. So this now becomes our little pocket that is going to hold out if you wanted to put something like a gift card in it. I thought that was a really smart idea. Just saying. I liked that. I was like, I'm going to use up some of this scrap. What can I do? I've got a circle punch here. You don't need to do this. I'm just doing it because I like to. And I'm just going to take out like a little wedge. So I'm not fully going in with the full thing. I'm just going in with probably about 1/3 of the way in. I'm just going to punch out a little finger hole. There we go. You're not even really going to see this, but that's okay. All right. Now we're going to bring back these little pieces that we cut off before. And then we're going to stick them together. That makes one long strip. You paying me out, Angie. You mean to me. While I just let that set, the glue set up there, we'll make our little lid flap. Okay. So this piece here, I think it's 1 inch wide, whatever that bit is, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to score down 1/4 of an inch. I just need a little bit that I can use to tuck down. Okay, so a little 1/4 of the inch score. Now, with this kind of stuff, you could use a pencil and just fold it, like you can. So I'm just going to tuck that under, and then I'm going to make sure it's 4 inches long. Did I go from the wrong side? Probably, but that's okay. It'll still work. Oh no, it works perfectly. Gosh, I'm good. So clever. Look at that. Look at that for perfection. Because you want to take a little wedge off this tab and a little wedge off this tab so it'll help when we tuck it in. So there's our little glue flap, our little pocket flap. I'm just going to take corner punch and just punch out the corners. Don't have to do this either. I just want to because I like to. And this corner punch is obviously the best little corner punch I've ever gotten, and it was a Daiso one. And I love it. I can throw that bit away. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so pleased you're letting me throw something away. Okay. So we've got that. We've got this. While we're just waiting for that to set up, we'll come back to, this is our, what's it called? Our 1.5 by 3. And this is our 1 by 3. Okay. And we are going to just run some glue. You guys tease me way too much. I save pretty much everything too, but there's a limit. All right. So I'm just going to run that down the center like that. And then I'm going to come in with my little corner punch again that I can throw the pieces away from. Thank you. And I only need to do this on one side because the other side's going to go to the back. So that part's done. All right, so we'll just wait for glue to set up. We'll come back now because our handles have dried. And I'm just going to manipulate, roll them back into a rounder shape. Well, I can't be creative if I'm not organized. I just can't. It just doesn't work for me. I need to have things. This is a pencil. No, I'm sorry. I just like to make that joke. I'm just going to use that to just bring this up a little bit. All right. Okay. Now, these pieces here. So we've got our 4 1-inch pieces. I can't believe these are all still hanging with me. It's hilarious. Okay. I'm just going to use anything round, bone folder, whatever you've got. And we're just going to run this along like you'd curl a ribbon just to start having this bend. And just make our life easier. Yeah, that's man, because you love me. Thanks. All right. Okay, I don't like to throw scraps out. I keep the majority of it. That might come in handy. Who knows? If I ever have a fire, but this house is going to go up in flames with all of the paper fodder that I've got. But anyway. All right. So we're going to come back to our handles. You've got a crease line. We're going to make this the base of our handle. Okay. What we're going to do, I'm going to go back to my tacky glue because it just makes life easier. Because the acetone glue, when it gets on your hands, is like super sticky, and I'm going to get glue on my hands doing this. I'm going to run. And this, being tacky glue, gets tackier quicker. The solvent glue takes a little bit longer to dry. I'm going to run this around and then pinch it together. Because glue will ooze out. I have a rag beside me that I wipe the tips of my fingers on. All right. So it'll look like that. Okay. So we're going to do that on all the ends of our baguette. Oh, Jamie, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for you, but cheers. Yes, for me, it's a whole separate day. That's all right. Okay. All right. Just make sure they're in the same kind of position. Close enough. All right. Running just as fast. Now I've got that head in my song in my head. Running fast, trying to get into the night, put you into the think we're alone now. Doesn't anyone around? All right. Is that one? All right. That's good. I'm glad it's good. Newspaper. And remember, it's just paper. Make it do what you want. No rain. I've just got a in my room, because I closed the door and stuff, I've got an evaporative air cooler on, because that's all I've got. Just trying to get some kind of breeze onto me. All right. So we'll let these dry and set up. Come back to this one now and just do the same thing. I like this thing better. I like using this. I feel like you know, things I could do with this. Oh, what a weapon. It's such a cool thing. As well as cleaning your teeth. And pulling out guts when you're dissecting them. Okay. So curled that bit. All right. I'm going to come back. This one will have dried now. I'm just going to, just to make it, just going to distress it up just a little bit. Stress it up just a little bit. Stress it up just a little bit. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to put that kind of in the center. Oh gosh, I was real off center of that circle. It's hard when I'm like got a camera ahead of me and I'm trying not to get myself so you see the back of my head. Okay. We're going to go kind of put that in the center, turn him over, wrap him around. Don't want it super tight of a wrap. You want a little bit of give because I've got to fold a bit like something into it. Okay, so just remember that when you're wrapping it around, you don't want a super tight wrap. Only a little wrap, loose wrap. Your sandwich might pop out, kind of thing. That kind of wrap. Okay. All right. And add a little bit of glue. Oh, how cute. That the Tiny Dragon book is Georgia read it the other day and then come in and told me that I must give it to her when she leaves home to go to university or whatever she chooses to do. That she wants to take it with her. Which I thought was just so sweet. And I said, I'll buy you a copy. And she's like, no, I want you to give me that one. I'm like, okay. All right, I'm just going to snip off. These little scissors here that I've got like George's name, I think they're from like grade 1 or 2, but they're just my glue scissors. So if I'm using it that's got glue on it, I don't like to use my good scissors. Loose wrap, that's it. I want a loose wrap. That's about the only kind of wrap I could do. All right. And now, it's going to run a bit of double-sided tape down the side. Should I get out my proper spatula? Yes. Am I going to? No, because I'm lazy. Yes. My God. I've been going for an hour to make a bag. Shocking. Shocking. Mind you, I'd be doing it a whole lot quicker if I wasn't trying badly to explain it. Any overhanging bits I've just folded in. And down the bottom I'm just going to add glue. I've been hampered by my camera, that's right. Rude camera. Alright, then I'm going to bring the front of my bag and in the center, down the bottom, I'm going to place my pocket. I'm just going to turn it over and get my ruler in so I can make sure that that's all stuck down nicely. Okay. So I've got myself a little pocket there. Then I'm going to get you can use glue for any of this. I'm just using double-sided tape just because it's quicker while I'm doing things, so I don't have to wait for it to set up. Just going to slide this in now into my pocket. Try to slide it into the pocket. And then push it down. Then, once it's all set, you'll be able to grab this. Should put a curl in it, I forgot. Grab this and first time it was the hardest. No comments, please. And I didn't curl it. I forgot to curl it. So if I'd curled it, it would have been easier. There it goes. Just had to get it in there. It was a tight fit. Evelyn, behave yourself. All right. Okay. So there we go. We've got our pocket. I'm going to come in later and just snip that off so it fits better, but I'm not doing it now. Okay. Our handles, the non-corner edge side, we're going to go here. I'm going to just shove a bit at the back. Probably about 3/4 of an inch. So. It's handmade, remember? Dodgy Temi Chinese factory. Oh gosh, I can't have to save myself. All right, and then this piece will go here in the front. I need to bring this over a little bit. That's center. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. And this piece will go over here to hold down our back thingy, jiggy. You know, words. Those things. Oh, doing well. Yeah, no. Oh gosh, I can't believe you were still watching me, Rosalind. You're funny. Yeah, you go enjoy that walk. Do one for me too, because I ain't going out in this weather. All right. Only reason I'm out of my pajamas is because I had to go down to the shop earlier this morning because I'd run out of Coke. The travesty. I know. I had lowered myself to drinking iced tea instead. It's like me. No, I'm way off center, and I've just pulled it off the side. This is what I get for trying to do this on camera. Because normally I just wait for things to dry. I just eyeball it and hope for the best. That'll do. About there. We'll make it work. So it's kind of like that. Okay, and now all we got left to do is a couple more decorative pieces, and then we'll throw the handles on. These little triangle bits that we cut off before, I'm going to come back to them. We're going to snip them in half. Going to distress them up a bit. There we go. These ones are a bit more distressed, so we'll just add a bit more, just so they look the same. Don't want them feeling left out because they're not like the others. Okay. Here's one I prepared earlier. There's the one I prepared earlier. There's only so many I want to make. All right. Okay. Now we're going to put these into corner. And I'm putting the long edge to the bottom and the shorter edge to the top. Utilizing the scraps, and it looks like little corner protector pieces on your handbag. I thought that was smart. Look at that. How cute is that? See, so I am using some triangles. So I'm not being discriminatory against the triangles. Yeah, got to let the ozone things feel equal. Actually, that's right. Look at that. Now, if you really wanted to get any new scraps, you could use these over the top and, like, you know, you have like a little, but no. Anyway, I'm not doing that. Okay, let's throw the handles on. Okay, so the handles, going to add glue, and then we're just going to slide it into here, and they will slide in, and we will put them on that way. So I'm going to add some glue. Which handle do I like better? Slide it on in and get the glue stuck there. You're going to hold it to tell me, because I knew where you'd think, because my brain goes there too. Hey, Evelyn, it's just remember, I just don't say it. I'm like, I have to be good. Got to have a private stream at one point where it's not going to be out in the public, because I would get fired. That was not good. All right. There's the other one. And just like that, our bag is done. There's the other one. And just like that, our bag is done. See, that's my rap. That's my rhyme. See, I can rhyme. Okay, let's bring in. There we go. That ain't bad. So what we got left over, I will keep that. I probably keep them. I'm not going to keep that. There's a limit. But what I was basically getting at is that you can make it, and I just just figured out the math so that I had a reduced amount of wastage, because there's only so many scraps one can collect and store. Sorry, I'm just putting things away. I don't like things not put away. If you hadn't known that by me by now, I like to put things away as I go. So if only my daughter would remember that. Okay. So that's one. And it will fold back down. So you just have to, now that we've played with it a little bit, I'm just going to, it will fold back down to store. So there's one and there's two. So they are it. I'm not going to put this in yet, just because this hasn't fully dried. So I'll just leave that for a bit before I put the tab in. Now you could put a Velcro dot there, okay, and have it close with a Velcro dot. I just liked the idea of this little tab bit, and it used up a piece of decent sized scrap. So yeah, no, Evelyn, if I come to your house, you would hate me by the end, because I would not be able to control myself, and I would have to just organize everything. It's just kind of how it rolls. All right, so there you go. So there is my bag. So now I have two bags with very minimal scrap wastage, decent size to hold a decent sized gift. Okay, so, you know, you can get a decent gift in there. The base is very strong, so it will hold a sufficient amount of waste. I should put all my scraps in there. My scraps in my hobo bags. Just because I didn't go in and burnish that. So take. All right. So, thank you for spending an hour and a bit watching me play with paper. But have a go and I don't know. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I need to fix this tab because it's going to irritate me because I'll forget, and then if I sell it and they have trouble getting into it. Wedge. Done. There's a little bit more scraps now. I don't know if my corner rounder will go in there. Oh, well. Oh, no way. Oh, well. It'll have to be like that. All right. Okay. So, you need to buy board to stretch my watercolor paper. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. So anyway, that being said, I'm going to go. And, and I have a piece of A1 watercolor paper downstairs in a roll somewhere. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to go out to the lounge room where the aircon's actually good. And I will see you all. Well, Jamie, you're going to wake. No, if she has, Jamie's gone. She's going to bed with me now. And tomorrow morning, oh no, it'll be kind of evening. So you won't wake up to me. All right. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great day, night. Evelyn, have a wonderful birthday. Tonya, if you come back in or you were lurking or whatever, I hope you wish you a happy birthday as well. And enjoy it all. All right. Love yous all. Bye.